Standard 6th, Subject Social Science, Chapter number 8. The Glory of Bharatvarsh, Part 2. In first part, we have learned about agriculture, rural life, and literature of India in ancient India. Today, we are going to learn about other varieties famous at the time or Bharatvarsh. The description done by foreign travelers for our country since centuries who have written their travelogue. This travelogue gives us information about Indian culture and life of people. Among such travelers, Greek ambassador Megasthenes, who lived in the court of Chandragupta Maurya, which we have learned in previous chapter. He has written an excellent book named Indica. We get information about Mauryan age from the book written by Greek sailor Ptolemy about geography gives us information about ports. Fine, the Chinese travelers who came at the time of Chandragupta II and Yunzong came at the time of Emperor Harshvardhan. There were new routes which traders have found out to do the trade and commerce with our country. In ancient time, trading was done through land route and sea routes. Lothal was the major port of Harappan civilization. The people of Lothal used to make pottery utensils and kinds of jewelry. Trading was done of beads from oyster and ivory. Indian spices and condiments and precious stones were in great demand. Cotton, silk, and spices were exported to Europe via Central Asia. International ports like Khambat, Bharuch, Sopara, Tamralipti, cotton textiles, silk textiles, spices, cinnamon, timber were exported to east-west part of the world. Gold and silver were imported. Many people used to travel from China on foot or on horseback. They carry silk cloth with them. Therefore, that route was known as Silk Route. The merchants of mainly China, India, Iran, Arabistan, Greece, and Rome were associated with this trade route. Paintings in ancient India were special medium which expresses the emotion of human beings. More than 500 paintings of Neolithic age drawn by primitive men have been found in Madhya Pradesh from place of Bhimbetka river. Other than this, paintings of Ajanta Ellora, Bagh caves, and Amravati with Indian culture have been found in large numbers, which depicts the Buddh Jatak stories and Buddh sadhana. The world famous painting Padmapani is the jewel of Indian culture, while Shiv Temple of Ellora cave is great sculpture carved out of a single massive rock. Sculpture and architecture, that means buildings of that time, town planning of that time. The town planning seen in Harappan civilization is world-renowned model of Indian architecture. Uniformity in town, bath, granaries, industrial unit, harvesting of rainwater are the structure associated with Harappan civilization. The cave architecture includes hill of Barabar, Nasik Hills, Ajanta Ellora, and Amravati. Art of making idols were fully developed in India. Gandhar art, which was confluence of the Greek and Indian style, number of artifacts have been found in Takshashila and Gandhar in Afghanistan. Large statues of Buddha have been found in Bamiyan and Charsola in this style. Other style is completely Indian, which is known as Mathura art. Firstly, Buddha statue were made. After that, ideal of Hindu deities were also made in this style. The sculpture have also been found from Amravati, Ajanta, Nasik, and Sat. Stupas and vihars are the architectures of Buddhism, which includes them. After the nirvana of Gautam Buddha, the monument construction of his life began in the form of stupa. Stupa is small dome-shaped architecture in the middle of which the relics of Buddha were buried and Buddhists practiced meditation there. Later on, stupas were constructed in India in a large number. Ashoka's Sanchi Stupa, Stupa of Lumbini, Stupa of Sarnath are very important. The king of Sung dynasty construction of wooden work around stupa. Kanishk got a huge stupa constructed in Purushpur or Peshawar, which is called Sahaji Ki Dedi. There is a Pradakshina Path around the stupa. Chaitya also are the major center of Buddhist art. Like caves, Chaitya were carved in mountains, and cave of Chaitya, columns, doors, huge prayer halls, etc. were carved and were given the shape of temple. The caves were made by carving mountain for Buddhist and Jain monks were called vihars. Yunsung noted that there were hundreds of vihars in North India and Gujarat. Statues and monuments are associated in Jain architecture also. Gomteshwar in Shravan Belguda is world famous. Many such type of caves are located in Gujarat. Education at that time. At the extension of Harappan civilization developed down planning, it can be said that higher education and technical education has been imparted in India since 4000 years. The main remains of educational institute has been found in Mohenjo-daro. This civilization is also called Bronze civilization. It can be said that chemistry might have also developed at this time. Forts, houses, baths, roads shows development of civil engineering. Remains of 5 Vidyapeeths imparting education which can be called university presently have found. Takshashila near Gandhar region in northwestern India was great educational pilgrimage. It taught ethics, Sanskrit, grammar, astronomy and astrology, Hinduism and philosophy. Philosophers and rulers like Panini, Chanakya, Chandragupta, Chivak have become renowned from this educational institution. The educational institute in Bihar was known as Nalanda University. Yunsung has also visited it. Hindu and Buddha philosophy were taught. Nagarjuna of Nalanda Vidyapeeth was a great chemist. These are the evidence that was great Vidyapeeth in Vallabhi of Gujarat in 6th and 7th century. Students has to give entrance exam for the admission. The principals would then take a written examination and later they used to send students for interview. The knowledge of these three religions, Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism were imparted along with meditation, astrology and astronomy. In Bengal, two Vidyapeeths existed named Vikramshila and Anantapuri, where three large storage libraries of Buddhist were built. Coins were used in exchange of product. Coins are important source to know the prosperity of Indians in the past. The oldest coin is known as Panchmark coin of 5th century. Afterwards, Indo-Greek rulers introduced special kind of coin on which the king's mark, his photo and time was mentioned. The coins of Gupta age are the best. Samudragupta's coin with his picture playing veena and killing lion. Coin of Chandragupta with picture of king and queen of Garud. Chandragupta's second coin, and since C. Vikrams and Garud flag coin have been found in large numbers. The consistent development of India has been taking place for centuries. Almost all branches of knowledge are flourishing and developing in our country. It is a great cultural heritage, is unique thought of the world. Therefore, all people from all over the world came to India for the purpose of trade or for the purpose of ruling over India. Here this chapter is completed and you have to complete this in your work. Next in next part we will learn about a new chapter. Thank you.